Welcome to my Java course. This will be the first of two introductory lessons about general concept of programming. These two lessons could be a little bit boring, but we must address it before moving forward. Now, in this course, you will be my student and I will be your teacher. So it's only right that I give you a textbook. Everything I will say on this video lesson you will find on the attached PDF, in this case Unit 0 PDF, and you will find the page for each lesson on the bottom left in the beginning of the lesson. In this case it would be page 1 to 3. For any question you have, you are encouraged and you are more than welcome to send me an email on programming.school.online@gmail.com. And now let's begin. In today's lesson, we will learn about the definition of algorithm and why program. Now, I tell to my student every time that if you know how to program in Java or in any other language, you will never left unemployed. But this is really not why we program. Why we program? We program because the computer can do better than us repetitive tasks. So tasks that can be repeated are really the best for the computer. But we must be able to first do this task. The computer will never be able to do anything we cannot do ourselves. The computer is not a magic box. Actually, it's very stupid. And you will learn how to teach the computer step by step to do anything you can do. Now, for today, we will begin with a very simple example, and this would be the maze example. In this maze, we have an entrance marked in and an exit marked out. You can find all of this in the attached PDF. You can see the Unit 0 introduction, general concept, and you can see the maze. Now, here, or here, you can see I attached a table. Now you will solve this maze. You will write the symbol. What kind of instruction you can give here? You can move up, down, left, and right. So you have 4 ways to move around this maze. You have to go to the shortened path, so without backtracking, and solve this maze. Write down the command, and now put in pause the video. It will appear a counter that counts down from 5 to 0. You will have time to put in pause the video and play it again when you are ready. Now, solving this maze must not be a great challenge. We can write the solution and will be the same for everyone. The shortest path through this maze is always this. I will not go to command by command. You can check it, but I'm sure it will be done. Now, let's try a different maze. In this maze, I will tell you in advance, there are 2 ways to solve it. A bottom left path and an upper right path. Now you can try to solve both. Again, put in pause the video, and when you have done, play it again. Here is the solution of the maze. Both solutions, left and right, have the same number of steps. This is just a coincidence and is not wanted. Now, before going forward, you will have to answer to this question about the first 2 mazes. You can write down on a piece of paper. If you have an ink device, you can write on this PDF directly, or you can print the PDF and write with pen or pencil. Whichever way you are more comfortable with is okay. But it's really important that you write down the answer because I want you to think about this. Now you can put in pause the video, answer the question, and restart it after. Each of these questions could sound a little bit silly, but they have an important meaning. Now, explain if the solution you found for the first maze works for the second. Of course, no, because every solution works only for the problem it was designed. And this is a very important concept, because when you will solve a problem, you can be sure that the solution will not work anywhere else except the problem. Sometimes you will find general solution to some kind of problem, but will be quite difficult. Now, there is only one way to solve the second maze. No, there are two ways in this case. But I can assure you that when we will begin programming, your code, your programs will be very different than mine. And this is because our brain works in a different way. And what conclusion could be drawn? Every sequence of command can only solve the problem for what it was designed. So some problem might have different sequence of command that lead to the same correct solution. And this is really important. Why? Because in this course, we are learning how to program. We are interested to find a correct solution to our problem and not the best or the fastest. Maybe you will do this later when you will go to work and you will be interested to optimize your code to make it run faster and quicker. But right now, you are learning. And so for now, just focus on solve the problem. Algorithm can be defined through these three objectives: unambiguous, executable, and terminating. The first, unambiguous, means that every step is precise. Every instruction cannot be misunderstood. Every instruction has only one mean and one mean to be executed. There is no room for guess or personal work. Computer language are not like spoken language that can be misunderstood or can be different meaning. Computer language, Java, C, C#, assembler, whatever you will choose, they only have one way to be understood. There is no other way around. Executable means that can be carried out in practice. You cannot give a computer, can ask a computer to do a program for foresees the future. You cannot do, the computer cannot do. You can't ask a computer to guess. Really guess is impossible for a computer. Must be something that can be carried out in a very deterministic way. And the last one is terminating. Terminating means that the sequence, the program, must eventually end. It could last seconds, minutes, hours, day, even month, but at some point have to be terminating. Also because think a computer program that will last maybe 100 years or endless is useless because no one will see the result and no one will benefit from it. So now, for the definition of algorithm, we can say that is a sequence of steps that is unambiguous, executable, and terminating. For today's lesson is all. See you next time.